Hello everyone and welcome to a really wild game that was played yesterday on Hikaru's stream between Hikaru Nakamura and French Grandmaster Jules Moussard. And it's quite the game. It really shows how very dangerous it is and how very good things can happen at the same time if you break basic opening principles. So without further ado, let's check it out as Hikaru opens with e4. We have c5 by Moussard. Sorry about that. We have knight to c3, so the Sicilian is on the board. We have the start of a closed Sicilian, but after d6, we have knight to e2 and now a6. But Hikaru just transposes with the d4 into a normal Sicilian. Captures, and now knight f6, we have the Najdorf Sicilian. Bishop to e3, the English attack. We have knight b to d7 and now g4. So this is all very standard stuff. Preparing h4, g5 and so on to charge at black's king side. h6 preventing g5 and now h4. Hikaru wants to get that g5 in. So black continues with b5, and this is all perfectly fine. Black of course wants to get his bishop to this long diagonal, and this has all been played before. And here known moves are a4, that's a known move in this position, but the move that Hikaru plays bishop to g2 is not a known move. So as of move 9 we have a completely new game. So let's see what happens here. Knight to e5, blocking the e5 pawn, because if e5 comes, could be very dangerous. Will come with a double attack here. So knight to e5, and excellent centralized square for black's knight. And here Hikaru just goes forward with the pawn pushing. So g5, threatening the knight here. We have captures, and now black trades rooks. We have captures, and now you need to do something about this knight. So knight f to g4, and these are now very nicely placed knights. We have bishop back to c1. Hikaru doesn't want to allow this trade, knight for bishop, so bishop goes back. And the reason why you go back here, if you go to d2, then you no longer have the defense of your knight. And also if the knight comes to c4, your b2 pawn will be under attack, so the bishop is actually perfectly fine on c1. And here there are different ways you could continue this game. Queen to b6 seems to be the nicest one, but black immediately goes for b4, and this is where fun things start to happen. Hikaru goes back, knight c to e2, and now while black could continue in a lot of ways, he goes knight to c4, and this is already very greedy as well. Even unless it's not winning, or unless you're getting some sort of an advantage or something, playing so much with your knights, or as we like to call it on this channel, too much horsing around, breaks opening principles, and you might get a difficult position. Here Hikaru played f3, but actually you could take advantage of this position right away with the move e5. Now e5 doesn't win any rooks here because black can just move the rook, or play d5. But the point is, white now has e6, and now black's position is just terrible. It doesn't matter what you capture the pawn with, bishop or knight, bishop or pawn, queen to d3, and now queen to g6 is coming, and black will have very hard time surviving this. Even if knight to e5 guarding both the g6 square and attacking the queen, you can just attack this knight, and next move you're just going to play f3 and win the knight on g4. There's nothing black can do about this. But of course this is a 3-minute blitz game, so of course players don't have all that much time to spot anything. I just wanted to point out that good things can happen when one of the players breaks opening principles, and unless it's not punished, then good things will happen for the player who breaks them. So Hikaru goes f3 here, kicks away the knight from g4, knight g to e5 now, and here b3, trying to get away, trying to kick away the other knight. f4 also is very interesting here, just attacking that knight, and after the knight moves, then you can again go e5 with an attack on the rook. And here again, very hard to say what black could play. If black can move the rook, if black can even trade once and then move the rook, but still e6 is coming, followed by queen to d3, queen g6, and it's a very difficult position for black. But okay, Hikaru goes b3 here. He waits with this e5 idea. Knight back to b6, and now comes bishop to e3. That English bishop goes back to e3. We have bishop to b7, and now a4. F4 was also a possibility, and then you start pushing those pawns. So a4, and here rook to c8. Black finally gets that rook into the game. He wants to play queen c7, put some pressure along the c file. a5 by Hikaru, further dislodging this knight, knight back to d7, and now queen to d2. Now Hikaru goes after that b4 pawn, and black happily gives it up. We have e6. Now, if queen captures, the queen might come in some line of attack of this bishop, but Hikaru says it's not a problem. Just queen captures on b4. For the moment, this is not possible because the bishop on b7 is hanging, so queen to c7, defending it. And now, as the the c2 pawn is under attack, not right away because the white knight defends it, but that can change very quickly, so just queen back to d2. You want to get that queen away, and also as long as the queen is now here and the bishop is defended, now the pawn can actually move and the bishop will be attacking the queen. So queen back to d2, and now black continues with d5. So very interestingly, it's already moved 22 and neither player has castled, so this is a very sharp game. Hikaru finally goes for that f4 move, kicking back the knight, knight to g4, and now e captures on d5. And what do you play here? Here the problem is if you trade, for example, bishop captures, captures, and captures after Hikaru castles, it's very hard to play this with black. He's down a pawn and he doesn't really have all that many active moves, and white will just continue pushing pawns and enjoying his position. So here, after e captures on d5, we have bishop to b4, now with an attack on the king and the queen. Problem is, the bishop is not defended. Here, Moussard wants to get the queen away from the defense of the e3 bishop to grab it here. So here, queen captures on b4, we have knight captures on e3, but now there's something Moussard missed, and now it's a completely winning position for white. So feel free to pause the video and win this position for Hikaru while I give you a couple of seconds. So for those of you who were able to do it, congratulations on spotting the idea. There are many moves that win here, like c4 is winning, d captures on e6 is winning, but e6, whoever found that, is the quickest way to win, and congratulations to everyone who found it. Now there's nothing for black to do here, because you have to keep an eye on the bishop here, but there's no good way to do it. So here black tries a trick. Black plays queen captures on c2, but now there's nothing for white to do here, unless white actually makes the mistake of capturing the queen and allows this captures with check. Here black would be fine. For example, king d1, knight captures on b4, and even after bishop captures here, rook to b8. Now white could even go for rook to c1, because you cannot capture the bishop because of this checkmate, but you could just temporarily give up a piece, and then after white captures, you're going to capture here. You've prevented white from reaching the 7th rank, and now it's an equalish game. White could be a little bit better, but nothing to worry about. But instead, after this queen captures on c2, Hikaru just said thank you for the bishop and played queen captures on b7. And now black is down a piece, and without much counterplay. All of the squares to harass the white king are covered. There's not much you can do here, and rook to c1 is coming. So here queen to c5 was played, but it doesn't help black all that much. Hikaru just played the quickest winning move here, and that is b4. And now there's nothing more for the black queen to do on the c file, and it was in this position that Jules Moussard resigned the game, as there is nothing more to be done here. The queen has to move, and you have to keep an eye on the rook on c8. So there's no good square. For example, if you move the queen somewhere, queen to c3 or something, doesn't really matter. Like even if you place the queen on c2, you don't even have to capture it. You can just play anything. You can play rook to c1, it's still winning. You could have gone bishop to c6, still winning. So any move wins here, so it's pointless to even continue this with white. And even if you give up some material, captures with check, black is still getting checkmated. There's nothing for you to do. You don't have access to the c8 square, and once you move the rook wherever, doesn't really matter. Just queen to c8 checkmate, or if you move it anywhere along the c file, there really aren't any good moves. There's nothing to be done here. King captures, and while the game can continue, it's really pointless. You get the idea. I just want to try and illustrate how pointless it would be. So yeah, after b4, Moussard resigned, and an excellent victory for Hikaru. And yeah, it was really funny. this whole horsing around thing, we will see this very often, of course, especially in blitz games, especially in 3+0 blitz games, that one player will break computing principles like this, and then you have to remain calm and try to spot the absolute quickest way to defeat your opponent, but also you have to, you know, watch your time. So that's the fun of chess. You can never be right whatever you do. But yeah, that's the game. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for suggesting it. I would like to thank Frank Combs, Ola Carlson, Eric Hansen, Phil Johnston, and Sydney Swain Simon for a contribution to my channel. Thank you a lot. I really appreciate it. As usual, you can check 2 of my previous videos here. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you soon. Continuing the Morphe saga, checking up on your wonderful suggestions, and the Tata Steel Chess Tournament starts in 2 days. So thank you all. I will see you soon, and have an excellent rest of your day.